Is this it, or are we gonna do like a?
I thought.
Up to you guys.
Right,
I'm chilling.
Should we get a start on this hoe?
Yeah,
Sure.
I did the intro last
All right.
time, so.
All right, I'm doing the intro. All right, what's going on? Fuck. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Something to Do podcast. I am your co-host, Ozzy, joined by my other co-host.
Me, Bumpy. What's going on?
And we are joined by a very special guest today, somebody that I personally look up to quite a bit, a guest that we have been planning for a long time, and by a long time I mean about a day. Please welcome JCtheCaster.
If you hear any tapping in the background, I'm playing with my DS while we talk.
Yeah,
Thank God you added the letter S.
He's not
Hello.
interested enough in us.
No. I'm interested. It's shiny hunting.
He's got a
you know?
shiny hunt. Yeah. What's the most recent
Yeah.
shiny you've gotten, man? Like you've been hunting
Bro, I
those bitches
don't
for a
even know.
while.
I've been hunting this one for like a month, 2-3 months.
Yeah.
I put it down for a little bit, and then I don't pick it up because I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta like grind it, bro. I don't remember. But
Yeah,
hello, that's me.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah. Explain what you do. Explain who you are, because some people might live under a rock.
Well, I would say I do stuff online that some people may know of and may not know of. I think that's the best way to describe it.
He
Very
sells
vague.
drugs on the black market.
Very
I
vague.
Silk Road all the way, baby. Come on now. V2 out here.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm interested in the deep web. I like those fuckers that are like wind chimes. I love wind chimes.
Yeah.
I really like when Chinese food restaurants have like proper fried noodles. That's me, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. I think that
Yeah.
really encompasses what JCtheCaster means
Yeah.
to the people out there.
Drink
Recently,
water
I
out of
was
mugs,
actually
that type of guy.
looking. Yeah, recently I was looking on the dark web for some LSD, and I actually found JCtheCaster as a seller. And so, and I was like, oh, this guy seems interesting. So I decided I asked him, yeah, you want to be on our podcast and talk about what it's like to sell drugs on the dark web? And he said,
Yeah.
sure. So this is him.
Yeah. Well, because as I'm sure a lot of you know, we have like guests on here who aren't really like in our scene typically. So, you know, we want to
Okay,
get,
no,
get
let's-
okay. Let's stop the bit. That's
Let's drop
okay.
the bit.
Okay. Yeah, JC, he does YouTube stuff. He's like Bumpy and I.
CSGO. Funny
A
moments.
lot of CSGO funny moments.
A lot of
Yeah,
Discord.
he's done Discord funny moments as well. Which, speaking of, that's actually one of the questions that I want to ask you. What is the status of like Discord funny moments? Because I know you recently just relaunched your Discord server. Do you have any plans for the Discord adventure series, or is that just?
I think it's what you make of it, right? The status of like, it's kind of different for the climate on YouTube of Discord funny moments. I'm actually not like, I'm kind of ignorant on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like the way I go about it is I remember it worked for me before. It worked and I liked it and I just ran with it. So I think that my mentality coming into like the second swing at it is that I like this. I feel good with it. Let's go for it. So I haven't really been up my ear up to the climate. I hope it's good. That would be real bad if I like entered in on a dying thing. You know, dude, oh my God, that reminded me. I saw a post on Twitter about, you guys know Splitgate, right?
Yeah.
Splitgate, yeah.
Splitgate, yeah, like the Halo X Portal crossover thing on Steam that people were playing for a while. I remember this dude, he interviewed this guy that he was juggling 2 jobs. And his entire life outside of that was trying to be a Splitgate competitive player.
Mm-hmm.
And he just grinded out completely. And it was a tight schedule all the way from when he wakes up to when he goes to sleep. And I remember when I saw Splitgate actually just shut down. The game was over. And I felt so bad remembering that post because this guy dedicated like months and possibly years to his life, you know, trying to do that. So good to know the climate, I would say. Good to know where your shit's going.
Well,
But
I'd say it's a
That's
different
the
thing
thing.
because like entering like the competitive scene of something is a lot different than entering like the entertainment scene of something. Because like with the competitive scene of Splitgate, that's something that comes and goes, you know, or comes and goes. But with,
I don't know.
with
I
comedy,
think anything
Sorry,
online is no, you're right. Anything online or anything to do with like computers is like so easily can just die. Like all you have to do is unplug it. Like if YouTube was just like dead, just like Splitgate, like people would be fucked. You know, it's just no one knows what's gonna happen. I mean, obviously YouTube's not gonna die, but it could
It's the game
just
too,
as
though.
easily.
You know what I mean? I'd be like, because
yeah.
like it is the game. So like, let's say Splitgate, you're making Splitgate content on YouTube, right? And then the game dies. Whether you're trying to get into the competitive scene there, or you're trying to get into the YouTube scene on Splitgate, it's both dead. You know, because there's no one.
Right.
It stops the continuation of people coming and, oh, I want to play Splitgate. You can't. It's shut down. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I mean, you still have a shot on YouTube, but it's very, very slim.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
what I'm referring to is like I think it's different for you because like with Discord funny moments, for example, that's something that's like so long as Discord isn't shutting down, like because Discord is still going to be used as a way for friends to interact with each other, and it's still a way for creators to interact with their community. But
Right.
it all that's definitely a what you make of it kind of thing because CS:GO. I guess it's not a good example because that's always kind of had like a really popular esports, but I reckon that if there ever was a time where the esports part of CS:GO had died, that the comedy part of it would still be running and the community would still be going because it's kind of evolved beyond its sport and the fact that it's just a game. And I feel like it's the same thing with Discord. And personally, I think you put a lot of life into that Discord series that stood out from a lot of other creators like Isaac Y and Call Me Carson. Like you really like put a sense of life and genuinity into it that I wasn't seeing anywhere else, and that's why it stood out to me, and I think to other people as well. But yeah,
I got you. Yeah, I get what you mean now. I was kind of like taking myself out of the equation with that one a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But I get you. Yeah. Yeah, back in the day, man, with the Discord stuff, I saw a lot of... So, like, Call Me Carson was doing his stuff with the memes, and I saw a lot of, like, creations coming off of that and trying to do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like... My biggest thing with stuff online, because I've... Discord Adventures and just that entire Discord phase for me was, like, what I would consider my successful time. Because I found my groove. I was not really dependent, quote unquote, or associated so much with other people. It was like the first time I was getting people that just knew me as the Discord guy.
Yeah.
Which was very surreal because for the longest time I was a little bit in the shadow of like other big creators in CS:GO funny moments.
Mm-hmm.
But it was an interesting time because the server was still in this cozy kind of like tight-knit community kind of thing. Like everyone knew each other, everyone was chill. It was very little drama, and just overall it kind of sparked this really nice environment for recording and environment for just like genuinely just friends fucking around.
Yeah.
It was a good time. I don't really remember what Isaac, I didn't really watch a lot of his stuff, but I saw his thumbnails every now and then. You know what at that time reminds me of? What's the fucking, god damn it, Quackity. You know, the Discord talent show stuff. Yeah, that's what I remember from that era, kinda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wanted to ask you, like, you totally don't have to answer this, but you said that you like this is the first time that you've been outside of the shadow of other creators. Like, how was that beforehand? Like, how were you? I don't know how to ask this. Like,
how was he managing beforehand?
If you could have done
how to
something,
make you feel?
Not necessarily that. If you could have done something differently, because it's, like if you could have done something differently, would you have done it, and what would you have done? I guess.
To target that specifically.
I suppose, yeah, of not wanting to be in the shadow of like other creators, you know.
Would I have done something differently? What would have I done? See, at the start, it wasn't really an issue. Keep in mind, my mentality to YouTube for the longest time, and right now it's the only thing that's kind of shaking because I do want to be successful, and I kind of want to bring a certain level of seriousness to what I do now. Yeah. But for the longest time, it's just been, hey, you want to play some CSGO? It's going to be recorded. Sure, whatever. I don't care. Let's play CSGO. Yeah. And then it was funny. Yeah. You know, it wasn't something that I had. And that was the best part about it. You know, you weren't thinking that, hey, I'm recording. Hey, I'm doing this and that. you're just fucking around and having a good time.
Yeah.
So I didn't really care, to put it bluntly.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mind. I was just happy to be part of it. I was happy to be part of like funny, enjoyable moments in my life, you know?
Yeah.
Having fun with my friends, whoever that may be.
Yeah.
So I don't think I would
you
change
change
anything,
that?
to be honest.
You wouldn't change
No, I wouldn't
anything
change that. I would
Okay.
change it for later.
Yeah.
At that time, no. You know what I
Okay.
mean? At that time, no. I would change a lot for the outcome later on and the perspective people may have. But for what it was back then, and I enjoyed it. I was perfectly fine with it. I didn't mind.
Yeah.
You know?
I actually
And it was
have a-
mostly the consensus of like people that were a lot younger that were just like, oh, I know you from this person because
Yeah.
this number is bigger than this person. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like
Right.
I knew logically why they were saying that, you know? It's like my feelings and pride are not hurt there because of
Yeah.
that, you know?
Yeah. That's good to hear. Do you ever get this feeling? This is like a very like personal question. No, I don't know
Sure.
about that, but it's like, do you ever
No,
get this
I
feeling?
did lose my anal virginity at the age of 18.
Okay.
And I clawed the bed. It was like a Wolverine, just like had a spasm in the middle of the bed. Yeah.
Yeah, started coughing up blood and shit. Yeah, no. What I was gonna ask you was, do you ever like get that feeling during recording sessions? Because I get this shit all the fucking time, and it's why I like pretty much never like do quote unquote recording sessions. Like, and I kind of hate the idea of them. Is like I get this feeling of like, oh, now I'm being recorded, and now I'm like very aware of that, and I just want to fucking like, I don't know, like I lock up and I nothing feels genuine, and then when I go back and like look through clips, like it never feels as real as it did before. Do you ever get that?
Well, I don't. Okay, so well, I don't like looking at my second monitor because my second monitor has OBS and stuff up.
Second monitor has my X on it.
Yeah, I don't look at my second
Your
monitor.
ex?
No, it doesn't. That was me pretending to be JC Bumpy. It was a really good joke, but you missed it. JC
Wait,
I don't
laughed
think it
his
was
ass off.
bumpy.
No,
You have your
JC
X on
laughed.
dog. I think he's
JC
lying.
laughed really hard.
Wait, you
Oh,
have your
that
X
one.
on your monitor, JC?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm so
That's
confused.
just-
Ozzy,
that's just
explain. Walk me through that joke, dude. I'm so fucking
Yeah.
confused right now.
You know what? Let's not. Let's just breeze right on past that. What's your favorite
Okay,
color?
anyway. Sunset orange. What's your favorite color?
Purple.
Purple's a good color. What about you, Bumpy? Why are you getting tickled?
favorite-
No one's tickling you. Yeah, Bumpy.
My favorite color is sky blue.
All right, good solid colors. Good bold colors. I like it. You know, got
Yeah.
the north
We're all
sky,
dominant.
north winds.
I
and
think
then you got
together we
the-
make the lesbian flag. Is that not what that is? Or is it like, yeah, don't we? What's the lesbian flag
I think we
colors?
make some kind of flag with those colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Like a
know
gay
what's
flag.
important, but something.
Yo, JC.
What do you guys think
wanna-
about gay people, by the way?
I think gay people are pretty cool, man.
Dude, I think gay
I'm
people are.
laughing just because I put you on a fucking. You cannot say anything bad here. Put you in a box. You first, or you second, Ozzy.
Oh, the
Sorry.
gays?
Oh, okay.
The gays. How you feel about them? I have a gun pointed at your head right now.
They cool.
They cool? Yeah. Sounds like
Yeah.
a little homophobic.
I'm just hydrophobic. I need some water.
That's fair. I didn't bring any water to this little shindig that we have.
You can have my water.
Yeah.
So if you hear me like drying up over here like
Dude,
a Savannah,
There's a hurricane
you up.
outside my fucking house right now, which is kind of crazy. Not outside.
dude,
my
what am
house,
I?
but
You
yeah.
guys watch Raccoon Eggs, right? Or like know that guy?
Who the
no.
fuck?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, well, okay. I was gonna quote something because like,
Oh,
it's
isn't he
been
the
stuck in
guy
my
that?
head.
He's like your sidekick, huh? Like in your videos.
Isn't he that
Oh
guy?
yeah. He's
he's
my
like- he's
lackey.
Well, no, he's like in Fitz's videos where he has that funny voice. He wears the helmet too. Isn't that?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
the helmet
yeah,
is the
Raccoon
defining
Eggs.
factor of his
Yeah,
character.
yeah. He wears the golden helmet.
No, you guys remember the how
kinda talks
videos
like
where
this.
it's like the hurricane, like whatever.
Yeah, how to avoid a
Yeah,
hurricane.
yeah.
Yeah.
When anytime someone brings up a hurricane, all I hear is like "kill yourself." And
Dude,
back-
you have no idea how many of those jokes I've been making in the past 2 days. Like anytime I get the opportunity, I tell my girlfriend like you should kill yourself or something like that.
that's actually surreal because I said that to my girlfriend yesterday.
No fucking way. Nice.
seriously,
You guys have
I kid you
girlfriends?
not.
Does your girlfriend live in California?
Nah, she does
Oh.
not.
What's her address?
Cannot give you
1101
that,
Picasso
my man.
Court,
Cannot give you
Williamstown,
that.
New Jersey.
I gotta
Almost
say-
got him. Almost got him.
Just jumping off of that for a second, or the quoting rack, it's not weird for me to do that. It's kind of like, it's weird because it's not weird that I can do that just freely and just feel okay with that. And I want to talk about that because growing up watching him like succeed, like I always knew that he was going to succeed.
Yeah.
And kind of my story is tied kind of to him. You know what I mean? Because like I got a lot of my initial fans from him.
Yeah.
And I think that's a classic case of you see somebody that deserves to be somebody.
Yeah.
So somebody that deserves the stardom, someone that deserves the success. And I want to ask you guys, have you seen anybody on YouTube besides him or present company? I'm not saying me, or I'm just saying in general, Bumpy, me, whoever, right? Have you seen somebody that like you just looking like this person has something special. They're gonna do something.
Chris. Easy, Chris. I think he has some the way that he interacts with people, with other people, like just he has this thing where he can just make people like bust out. I don't know what the fuck it is. He just has
He makes
something.
me bust all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, he has something that's very likely to succeed. I don't know what it is, but it's very like he has really good comedic timing. His head is just full of shit all the time. I don't know what the fuck it is.
I've noticed this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I called him, I've told him this multiple times, but I said, Chris has the Theo Von effect, where, you know who Theo Von is, right?
I've heard of that name.
All right, before you continue, Bumpy, I want to recite a joke from Theo Von. This is not mine, but I would like to recite one of his jokes to give you an idea of his type of humor. My cousin got bit by a gay guy once, so we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah,
And scene.
yeah, he's just like this redneck that just has these crazy stories, and his delivery is just so funny. And Chris has that, where it's just like point blank, like blunt, dry, like very funny delivery. Chris is a funny dude.
Honestly,
something very special.
I gotta spend more time with him. I my favorite time with him though, because I enjoy his presence. I could kind of understand what you mean. I gotta spend a little more time with him to fully pick up that vibe. But I was playing CS:GO where I had it offline, or I was just tabbed out. I came back to my PC 10 minutes later, and I saw that he was just chilling in a lobby by himself. So I just joined, and it was just me and him. For 5 minutes, he said nothing. And I was like, oh, he's just AFK or something. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm just chilling. I'm having a good time. And then he comes back and is like, how long were you here? And I lied. I was there for like an hour. And he was like, what the fuck are you doing? And so then we had a 40-minute conversation about life. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, he does that a lot. He'll like, he just has this way of him. I think he could very easily succeed. I think he's a very funny person. And I think I don't know. So long as he doesn't like lose sight of it, he has the potential to be like, you know, kind of a little bit groundbreaking, a little bit genre defining, if you will.
Yeah, got you. Hey, real quick, sorry if there's any background noise. My little brother is watching his YouTube Kids.
Just punch him in the face really quick. Just
Is your little
you know,
I'm relaxing, man. I don't want to get up. I don't want to go over there and start a domestic.
you know what I mean?
Is he an
Just
iPad
right
kid?
hook.
He's an iPad and helmet kid. He's like the worst duo.
he wears a helmet?
I mean, most of the people in my family do.
Like just for fun.
Just for keeping
There's a cool
ourselves
bike
safe.
helmet.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks
Yeah.
sporting. You know, really captures the sides of my head in a perfect way.
Are
I'm
you
imagining
wearing
like a
helmet right now?
1960s like derby helmet. Like
He's in a fucking motorcycle helmet right now.
Dog, I want to get like a speed racer helmet. It's just I
Dude,
want
I
to
was
get a
thinking
speed
that.
racer car.
Dude, oh my god, I was thinking, dude, when I was a kid, I was so obsessed with Speed Racer. Oh my god, and I kept asking my parents, like, I want the Speed Racer helmet so bad with the little like M on it. Oh, I wanted it so bad. It was so expensive at the time though, and my mom, she's so sweet. She made a paper mache like helmet, and like made like the M and everything, and it was like very
What the fuck?
accurate. And I
That's
loved
super
it.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she single?
No.
Fuck. Man, I should have made that pass like off,
Swing and a miss.
off the record. Fuck.
Swing and a miss.
That is
JC.
sweet though.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
I just said swing and a miss.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's all.
No, my parents are very in love. So
that's
Yeah.
good, man. I'm glad.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of divorced people on Discord.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got
yeah,
a
dude.
divorce.
50%
Yeah,
of you got a divorce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was insane.
Wait, you're divorced or like your
queer.
parents had a divorce?
I got a divorce, man.
How old are you? What the heck?
13.
Why are you being divorced and stuff? You're 13. Oh, yeah. Classic.
13.
Classic. And then later on, you're going to be like, what the fuck, dude? I'm 10. You know? Classic joke. Yeah. Yeah, divorce is
Yeah.
scary, man.
Yeah.
I have like a really healthy relationship. And I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this. I'm very happy and satisfied with the person that I'm with. Okay. Fuck. That's so sad.
Shut down. Yeah,
I've
I
never
have a very-
experienced the healthy.
No, I have a
Yeah.
very healthy relationship, but when like I see like statistics for divorce and like how like this went bad for like other
Yeah.
people, I get like secondhand like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I don't want that happening, and I get
Yeah,
like
it gets
worried even
scary
though there's like
sometimes.
It's
yeah,
50%.
you see ghosts, but yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's like you know this the with the likelihood of this happening, it's like I don't know. It fucks with me, but it's also like I feel like there are such low standards for relationships just in general. Like so many people are just willing to put up with total bullshit regardless of how bad it is, and like willing to put up with toxic relationships. Not many people are willing to like actually sort stuff out and like you know be people and talk to each other and be civil. Like 90% of the time, like the reason relationships end is because they don't communicate properly, because they don't talk to each other. You know, they don't listen to each other,
And then they get married, and then it fucks
Yeah.
the marriage over. Yeah.
And then they have a kid to tie it all together.
oh yeah, it's,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
cherry on top.
I mean, then they can just split the kid in half, each take, half of it. But
Yeah,
That'd be so sad. The kid did nothing, and then now he's in fucking halves.
yeah. He's gonna go to school and they're gonna call him
can I
half
have
dick.
Jimmy's legs this week?
Dude, imagine
Get a fight
being a
over his
pre-cum.
torso.
Mhm.
Imagine being a pre-cum baby. Like that would suck. And like your friends found out, they call you like half nut.
Could call you Elmer's glue.
That is a very odd thing to ridicule a kid for, being a pre-cum baby. I feel like the people bullying the kid would be the ones who bully.
come.
That is so odd. I did not think I was going to hear that today. Holy shit.
Dude,
That
do you
is so
think do you guys think pre-cum babies are actually like less strong? Like they have like less genetics?
Wait, how would you know? How would you know? Like, because like, did he get conceived because of the or did she get conceived because of the?
Or like no, the way you
I don't
could
know.
know is that like if they like the dad didn't finish, but like the mom got pregnant anyways.
Jeez. Okay.
You know
Or she
how, like,
cheated.
Is
Is
it
the
stronger?
difference-
Probably, because like it's a fucking just one guy against an army kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
I
I
would
mean,
say
I don't know.
stronger,
It's like okay. Well, how many sperms per like tablespoon of pre-cum are there compared to like actual like nut? You know?
like a
I
gallon.
don't know.
Yeah. Like how many?
gallon?
What's the sperm? what's the sperm to
Sperm
drop
to nut ratio? Are you trying to?
Yeah. Like how many sperms do you got to race
Oh my
against?
god! I hear the
you know?
clicking in the background.
He's looking it up.
Doing his research.
Uh-huh.
There's too much medical terms here. I don't understand.
Oh, okay.
It's like one sperm per less than 5 million swimmers. I don't know what that they're calling them swimmers.
Swimmers. I don't like that term.
Do you guys
Swimmers.
do you guys want to
Can you imagine a little doctor like fondling your balls and then being like, "Oh, you got
Okay.
a couple of
Can we
swimmers."
go to JC's question, please?
Yeah.
I think I would cry on the spot. Just start fucking bawling.
Literally
Get it bowling.
I hate you. I hate you both individually. I think I hate Ozzy more for inviting me to this shit.
Hey, it was
Dude, me and
Bumpy's
JC
idea.
go way back. Oh, wait, before I talk about
yeah.
Hey,
that, we said-
Bumpy.
yeah, fucking, we go way back, dude.
I do actually.
Yeah.
There's an intro to a video, like a Discord video, where I was just in a
What's up,
server,
Bumpy? Yeah.
and you go, "Hey, Bumpy," and then I just fucking go, "I'm doing an epic," and you just fucking shut me down.
Mhm. Bumpy,
I
now's
do
your chance
remember that,
to pay him back. Now's your chance to
Yeah,
get
Bumpy,
back at
No.
him.
by all
Hang up.
means.
Do it. Hang up.
I have no enemies.
Oh, okay. Do you
Oh
have
my god, I gotta watch.
And that's when that's when the Aurorian dance song starts playing.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, that song. I love that song. I've been listening to that a lot actually. That's funny that
Me
you bring
too.
that up because I've been listening. You know the Japanese guy that is like a motivational speaker and he's like I'm here like getting clams in like -4-degree weather, like never give
Oh,
up.
yeah,
He said
yeah,
never
yeah.
give up.
Oh yeah.
The super
So
low
I
quality
put the
video?
song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put that song in front of the what is it called? The motivational talks that he has, and it's actually really nice.
Oh,
When I'm
okay.
He's a
feeling
really good
low at work,
speaker.
I put it on and I just listen to it, and it makes me feel good. Genuinely,
Yeah.
I like that guy a lot. I gotta show that to you guys afterwards. I really want to show somebody something. some of
Yeah,
that.
I'm done. If you like
Yeah.
him so much, why don't you
I wanna
marry
see
him?
it.
I think he's happily married. He's a very handsome gentleman, though. I must say.
Yeah. Handsome mindset, handsome
Hey,
fella.
just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score.
you're either a smart smeller or a fart fella. Fuck. Fart smeller or a
I
Next
was
question. Okay.
flips rapidly through your notepad. Get me the fuck out of here.
Next joke. Next joke.
Yeah, go for it, Odyssey.
I was gonna ask finally the questions that I actually have written down. What is
Sure.
the most trouble that you've ever gotten in at school?
Oh man, I kind of kept to myself. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of kept. It was a very gray period in my life.
Yeah, had to be a couple
was-
times where you laid into a teacher. You know, just let them have it.
I wouldn't say. I called my social studies teacher mom once, and he was like a 5'6" dude that was bald. So that was odd. I don't know why I did that. That was genuinely,
Is
and
it
the
like on
entire class
accident
laughed.
or like purposeful?
It was an accident. No,
Okay.
I'm just gonna like, hey mom, like no, not on purpose. It was an accident. It was my first class in the morning, and I was so
Oh.
sleepy, and I said sorry mom, and I just instantly reddened up. I got red as a tomato, and I didn't get in trouble for that, obviously,
Yeah.
but it was embarrassing. No, I didn't get. I was a good kid, you know. I felt bad for the teachers. That's one way to
okay.
put it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not like, I'm here to do my work and do my stuff. I don't want to be
Yeah.
like antagonizing anybody, because I knew a lot of kids were just assholes to teachers and just giving them a hard time and always being a troublemaker.
How old were you when
But,
that happened?
I think it was in 7th grade
Okay.
when I called my
Not too
social
bad.
studies teacher. So it was a little bit in the. We're still in the awkward phase. We're still in the fucking
Yeah, seventh
anime
grade.
running.
Imprinted on your fucking social studies teacher. Pretty sick.
Yeah, but I
have-
didn't get in trouble.
I have two questions that are not related at all. One of them, I'll start with one that's like less like deep. And I was gonna ask this a while back, but I forgot. Like, how did you get started like with the YouTube and shit? Like, how did you meet? Like, it started with Rack, right, and then Fitz and everything.
No, I started with
Um,
Fitz first.
I started with Fitz. How'd that
it start with-
all?
My
Well,
bad.
how'd that all start? You know, like
What were you gonna say,
Where
Alton?
were you?
I
Was
was gonna
you
say
say
didn't from what I remembered like hearing about, like I don't know, I heard this from like a secondhand source, but
Sure.
did you meet Carson first and then you met everybody through that, or was it you met Fitz, then you met Carson, and then you met Rack through Carson?
Okay, so back in the day, I played a lot of Minecraft.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. I played it on the Xbox and I switched to the PC. And I played on Mineplex, if you guys remember that server. Sadly closed down recently.
Yeah.
And I made a lot of content
Moment of
there. I had a
silence.
lot of fun with that. Moment of silence.
And we keep it moving.
Oh my god, bumpy. Oh man. But it closed down.
Choked on his
recently, which
uvula.
I'm
What the
sad
fuck was
about.
that?
I was just
What
trying to
happened to
like be
Zuva?
obnoxious.
You choked on that shit.
Oh no.
No, I was just trying to be
Bumpy.
obnoxious.
Oh no.
You said moment of silence. I just wanted to ear rape cough.
Oh.
Jesus. But so yeah, no, I fuck off. I was huge into Preston Plays. I was huge into that's I think where I got that YouTube like love for.
Yeah.
Like it was ideal. Like I watched so many Minecraft YouTubers. Captain Sparkles was a huge one. I would say Preston is the biggest of all of them though.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I found him in a server in Mineplex and I took a screenshot. I still have that screenshot because I was like fangirling so much as a kid. I was like, holy shit. And he left when he immediately died. Yeah, that was my. I was like, holy shit, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm never opening up to you guys ever again. Like, this is rudimentary, basic stuff, and you guys are lampooning me for it. Yeah, no, I was super in love with Minecraft era YouTubers, and it was amazing to be a part of just that era in general, not even as a creator, but like just watching it unfold. It was a good time on YouTube. Dude, it felt nice. It felt cozy.
Were you into Sky Does Minecraft at all? Because I was into him big time, and like the shit that happened to him recently. Did you hear about that?
I did not hear about that. I actually don't know much about him.
Beat his wife.
Yeah, he's a wife beater. He's a wife beater. Fucking beat two of his wives, man.
That's unfortunate.
It should have been him, not Technoblade.
That's
I know Technoblade. I didn't grow up with though. You know.
Yeah.
Because I was a little older than that.
That's kind of funny because I feel like YouTube is kind of, now that YouTube is kind of like started the cycle up again, I've recognized the cycle of like it kind of goes through multiple genres. Like I reckon with CS2 coming out real soon, we're gonna start to get that kind of Counter-Strike era of YouTube back a little bit, especially now that we've had like the rebirth of Minecraft, and Minecraft was really popular, and then we got a bunch of Minecraft YouTubers, and now it's oversaturated again, and we have a lot of YouTubers and fan bases that people make fun of, but Minecraft isn't as like hated as it used to be, but it's definitely not as like popular as it was in like 2019 when PewDiePie kind of rebirthed it.
Yeah, I don't think that. Sorry to interrupt you, Bumpy, but I don't think that we're ever gonna hit that level of 2017, 2019 like CS:GO content that is like pumped out.
I don't think it's ever gonna be the same because it was never the same.
I don't think it's gonna be on the same level. I think that the popularity height for that it's a niche thing. You know what I mean? Because like CS:GO on top of that is the funny moments scene, right? The Minecraft revival was a whole fucking genre. You know what I mean? Yes. Mods, SMPs, just Let's Plays, everything from PewDiePie to SMP Live. You know, everything was pushing that revival, so it can have a second wind that can maybe rival its, you know, its predecessor, its last years. This is a niche thing. That kind of funny moments. If you look up actual CS:GO content, it's like more of like skin stuff, and then as well as like Nade King. You have like I'm doing challenge videos in CS:GO with CS:GO YouTubers. So it's not really, it's a niche thing, you know, funny moments in this stuff.
It is, but again, I feel like there's a chance for it to kind of get another shot with CS2 because a lot of people are like, I don't know if you've been on Surf recently, but like Surf is popping off, and like I went, I was in a server with
maybe
Rack.
On there, but like not on YouTube though.
Not on YouTube, but again, that's one of those things where like I think it's yet to happen. I think honestly, I think like Chris is gonna pop the fuck off. People are gonna see his clips and not know what the fuck Counter-Strike is, because I didn't know what Counter-Strike was when I saw Rack's clips, because that's how I got introduced to the community, was through Rack, and I had no idea what Counter-Strike was. I'd seen it in the background of Leafy's videos, but I didn't know it was called CS:GO, and I didn't get interested in it until after I watched a couple of his videos, and I was like, what fucking game is that? But it's niche, but the subject material, or at least the focus of the subject material, isn't necessarily as niche, because like sure, the game itself isn't as popular, but
because that's
still
the backdrop. The clips can blow up, but the backdrop of it is so niche. You know what I mean? The jokes itself could be widely expressed and widely appreciated, but in terms of the genre being elevated to rival the olden days, I just don't see that happening. I mean, maybe I'm a glass half empty kind of guy with this topic, but
I think it's gonna happen. Yeah, I reckon.
I like the hopefulness though. I like it.
Wait, I think it's gonna happen, especially with
about like where JC got started, because we were talking about Minecraft.
Oh yeah.
But okay, back. So after Minecraft, I found some old CS:GO videos, or at that time, I found CS:GO videos that were under Fitz where he was in Surf, and he kind of not invited me. Oh my god, getting the timelines mixed up here. He opened the doors for CS:GO for me. I didn't know what CS:GO was before that, and I started playing CS:GO. And that was the introduction to that. I did that in 2016, 2017, getting out of that Minecraft phase. And I just watched a bunch of fits. I was playing a lot of casual. That's where I got my name, JCtheCaster, because I got into the pro scene a tiny bit, and I liked narrating over what people were doing, and I didn't know what the word caster was. I didn't know what that meant. Someone was like, "Hey, you should be a caster." I asked, "What's that?" And lo and behold, I had a caster to my name. Over time, I got super into the videos that Fitz was putting out, so I actually joined his Discord server. And I spent a lot of my time in there, like a lot of my time. And it was great. I met so many cool friends, a lot of people in different time zones. I actually got to meet Fitz at one point early on, and I was like, oh my God, this is super cool. And it's surreal now thinking about that it's been like 5-6 years. And, you know, I still know him. He cool. He's, you know, reminding me of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's pretty crazy that turned out that way. But yeah, after a couple months, I would say I can't actually put a number of how many months or if it was a year or something. But eventually, I actually became a mod for his team.
Yeah.
On the Discord server, and I was just helping out around there. And I went to other Discord servers as well, but it was mainly Fitz's. And I met Rack on Swagger Soul's Discord server because he did like an event, and afterwards I was just messing around the voice chat and entertaining people. And I don't remember exactly where I met Carson, but all of those people were met throughout those string and webs of funny moments revolving around those kind of creators at that time.
Yeah.
And it was a good time, and it just kind of went from there. My story and the story of like these people that I know that have put such a great impression into people's lives via their content is literally a story of just friends meeting friends and friends enjoying some time together. It was never like, I never got the idea that everyone was like, we need to be YouTubers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just was fun, and we liked it, and it turned into something.
Does it feel like it's shifted now?
Oh, definitely, homie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I'm fucking Mr. Beast out here. Watch this podcast every goddamn day. I'm ready to blow up. Gonna do a one to first one to get level 100 in my Discord server gets $1,000 kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, not just you, but like the people that, you know, put the impressions that you were talking about, that before it was just like them hanging out and having fun.
Hold on a second.
Now it's different.
I need to check the news because it started raining really hard outside. I need to make sure if the hurricane is getting closer.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
literally, for the viewers watching, I'm in Hurricane Hillary at the moment.
Some good illusion
this
or
out.
alliteration.
Hold on, let me
Let me actually like get up real quick and tell them to shut the fuck up. People are talking. Hold up.
Okay. Oh shit!
just
It's
cut
like
this out.
right on the border at the moment. Here, wait. Let me.
Hopefully your power doesn't go out.
Yeah, I really hope not.
I should have been recording your audio too, just in case.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
Hey,
I might. Yeah. Okay. It's like right. Oh shit! It's like getting close to us at the moment.
hopefully
Yeah,
we can finish this before it comes.
It's right on the border of like California, and it's like right. Yeah, it's in here. Wait, let me.
You gonna be
look at
good?
this shit. Yeah, it's in Campo right now. Yeah, I'll be good. I'll be fine. At least for the remainder of this.
Yeah, he lives on like a mountainy kind of area, so there won't be any
Yeah.
flooding, and some of the wind will be blocked.
I live like oceanside-ish. It's pretty close to us at the moment. We only have like 3-mile-an-hour winds here. It's just raining really hard. I just wanted to see how close the hurricane is getting. It's currently 60 miles an hour in the center of it. So, but I think we'll be fine.
I got you.
Yeah.
It is so different now. Just jumping back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
we
is
can just
so
cut into
different.
this.
Everybody
feel
now.
like?
It feels like I wish I I took it more seriously. Growing up, just because now the competition is so much more stark and real. Everybody back then in 2017, YouTube was still, or 2016, YouTube was still this thing that people didn't really take as seriously. Now it's serious. Now it's more like beforehand. It was a lot of people that wanted to be YouTubers growing up, But now, like, people want to be YouTubers. Now kids like, oh, instead of being an astronaut, I want to be a YouTuber when I grow up. It's a lot more ravenous. And with TikTok and all of this now, it's just it's content central nowadays. And you can make the argument that it's better because of that. But at the end of the day, it is still a lot more competition, a lot more people to try to get on that pedestal. So.
There's competition, but it's like at the end of the day, I don't think many people are going to succeed unless they do a specific thing right. Because, like, I'm not gonna say any names, but there are like a lot of people in this community who are very obviously just content farming, and just making videos for the sake of making videos. And I was having this conversation with Chris where it's like, I hope that if we ever get big that people like clone us, because if somebody clones us, then that means we're doing something right. If they clone us, then that means we have a style that's worth cloning, that we feel, unique enough that people want to replicate what we do. Because when I think of like, the content farmers, like some of them have like millions of subscribers, but they're not super memorable. And I reckon they're not going to really leave a mark on the community. Like, the only reason that they're really getting views is because they're kind of the only people in the scene that are still doing it. Because I was having a conversation with Rack and Chris about having this emotional attachment to content of wanting everything to be a part of like me, I guess. Like my content. I
you don't
want
to go too deep down the rabbit hole with that though. When you tie it so closely together to your personality and who you are as a person, too close, man.
I personally beg to differ, because I think the best content that I've ever seen is people who put themselves into it, is the people who throw everything that is them into content, and not even like making the content about them, but the content being an extension of themselves. The happiest that I was in my life was when I was the most in touch with my content, and I could make a video that replicated who I was exactly. And
but you have to remember that the highs are really high. The lows are equally just as low.
Yeah.
Like when you do that, and I'm not on the same wavelength of that analysis as you, just because I've seen people that have that mentality that are not in a great place because of it, overthinking, perfectionism. Like it's like when your extension of yourself is not working out well, or there's complications with how that's perceived. There's so many different, like, you could put your soul into your content. You could put you could put it all on the wall, right, as you say. Yeah. But there's a limit, there's a limit to where you can, put that much into it. Because if you put everything, it's too dangerous. You make one good video, you make another good video, one bad video, the lows are equally as low. I'm telling you right now. And
I'd say that I'm in a low, or at least I'm coming out of a low, because I was really upset there for a while. Like I hated everything that I was making. I hated all the videos that I was making. I felt fake. I felt manufactured.
And imagine if that was your job. Yeah. Imagine if that was your job, and like you have an extension of yourself into creative, artistic performances to make money.
I'm gonna say this. I would rather feel these extreme highs and extreme lows than force something that I thought I once loved to be monotonous. Not that I think that it needs to be in order to make it something that I won't have lows for. I get, like, it's a slippery slope, like you said. But I would rather go all in. I would rather feel these intense emotions, because it means that I am truly connected with my content and I'm truly making the best stuff that I can. I would love to make it my job, but I'm not necessarily married to the idea. I love YouTube, and that's where the chasing kind of ends. Like, I'd love it to be my job, but I don't need it to be. I just know that I want to create. I want to make something that people look at and they think is real. It doesn't matter how long it takes for me to get that out. It doesn't matter how much effort I need to put into it. So long as I
would say you're more of an artist than a YouTuber then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
That's a very, very astute observation. But
that's a clear distinction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a very clear distinction.
Yeah.
So with, like, I'm talking YouTuber. You know,
Okay.
what you're saying, and that's too much for a YouTuber. That's detrimental. That's unhealthy for you, especially when it's your job, especially when you have so much writing on it.
Yeah.
Shelf life is a thing. You're not going to be popular forever.
Yeah.
Years are going to pass.
That applies to
There's a
all
lot
YouTubers.
Yes, but I'm bringing that up in the sense of like, if we imprinted your artistic expression of YouTube or artistic perspective onto that, it's gonna fuck you up even more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to like the normal YouTuber. Okay, well, I'm in here. I'm gonna make as much money as I can, while doing what I love, right, and making good content. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna save up money, invest kind of stuff. You know what I mean? To have like this safety net. The general YouTube stuff, get into real estate on the side kind of thing.
Yeah.
The general like setting yourself up for when things pass. I mean, if it works for you, I gotta say, if it works for you, I'm very, at least back in the day, I would say I was very artistic. I like the artsy side of YouTube. I like really experimental and just messing around with what's gonna happen, and just, as you say, putting it all on the wall. But there's a limit, and I say that firsthand experience with friends and myself. You can't do that and be a YouTuber. You could be an artist that makes YouTube videos, but being a YouTuber with that perspective, it will bite you in the ass. Whether you get through it or not is up to you, but it will bite you in the ass. Something fierce.
I like the term artist. I like the term artist a bit better. Sorry, Bumpy, you go.
No, you're fine. It's just that because when you were describing that's exactly how I felt about making videos, or because I make music as well. And the thing is, I don't take YouTube, like, I don't make videos, like, because I don't know if you guys have seen, I know Ozzy has, but like my channel's like very, like, it doesn't have oh my god, it doesn't have very many videos on it. And it's because I don't really like do it because I want to like get big or whatever. I used to when I was like, when I was younger, but I've kind of gotten past the idea of wanting to be a YouTuber, and whenever I make a video now, it's just because I have a random like urge, like a spark in me, like, oh, I have such funny like footage, and it'd be so funny if I like put these all together. It would make me. I do it for myself because I'm like, I just want to like see all these clips together, and
it's a good
have a little funny montage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so that's why I make videos. I would make another video now. I don't really care about how it performs or anything. It's just fun to like make a thumbnail, edit it and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Dude, making thumbnails.
And that's also how I feel. It's fun, yeah.
It's so
and
I love.
That's how I feel about making music too. It's like
music too.
Yeah, it's sometimes, dude, I do like over like 100 takes, like realistically, and but it's like there's so much love I have for it, and I'm putting my personality into this like thing, and it's killing me making it, but like I love it so much. And the thing is, that's what you're also doing, Ozzy, I think, where you're like inserting your emotions into YouTube, and you're getting emotionally invested into it, which makes you vulnerable, but also makes you like be able to be more passionate about it.
Yeah, and
I think he's putting more than just his emotions, though. I think he's putting everything. He's replicating, like, I've had these conversations with Rack before, and it's scary that you're kind of emulating the same level of, well, not emotions and not perspective, but you're emulating the approach. And the approach, well, in the sense of, I think that you are very critical, at least what you're saying about everything that you're going to be doing and everything that you're going to be putting forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The genuineness of it. The way that this works with this. You know what I mean? Like, I need to have a message with this. I have to revolutionize this video past the last one. Like, just so like overly into it. You know what I mean? And while that's not bad right now, like, look at where Rack ended up, kind of thing, like Rack, because of his perfectionism and because of where he landed himself in, his mindset was his greatest ally, and then when he hit a rut, it was his worst.
Rack ended up where he was because Rack ended up where he was because of a mental rut that was hard to get out of. Like, we have to also keep in mind, like, Rack hit 2 million when he was 18. Like, he was very young when he blew up, and he didn't hit that rut until he was already big, and he didn't, like, I can't imagine what must have been going through his head at that time of not having the ability to express himself creatively through content that he had learned to love, and having to give it up. Also combined with the fact that he was, you know, moving house to house and you know, not able to maintain his life.
It's scary with the way that you're talking though, because it's like I'm watching somebody like coat their house in like oil and like they're playing with a match. You know what I mean? Like, just, I would think the best way to describe being a YouTuber, or just the approach to YouTube, is don't think about it too hard. Just enjoy what you do. Just put yourself into it.
Well, and right? That's
don't go too much. There's a limit. There's a limit here, because like you emulate what is overly too much. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm just. How so?
I disagree, because I am extremely happy with my content when I am able to over criticize it and make it better. I want to challenge myself, and I want to make something better than anybody has ever seen, and that is a completely unrealistic expectation. That is over the top, and I don't necessarily hold myself to those expectations, but it's something that I would like to achieve, and I've found something that I can creatively express myself through, and it's the only thing that I've been able to do it with, and so it kind of, the idea of not having that or giving that up is like, it hurts, you know. It's I don't enjoy that, and I'm not gonna say like I've been through what Rack's been through. He's fucking been through shit, but I've started a very weird. I had a weird mental rut there for a little bit, where I just couldn't. I hated everything I made. I hated myself. I hated everything that I was putting on the screen. I hated who I was in these videos, because it didn't feel like me. It felt like I was trying to replicate what I was before, when I couldn't do it. You know, like I was trying. Yeah, sorry.
Take it from me, because I've been doing this for a long time. I've seen a lot of people, you know, come into those ruts. I've seen a lot of different approaches to YouTube. I've seen everything. I feel like I've seen everything, and I feel like this crystal clear perspective that I have right now for YouTube, and the amount of times people have, like, when I'm in streams or I do Discord adventures, by the way, it was a way for me to like really get connected with my audience in a way that was unique and that no other YouTubers were doing. And a lot of it was like talking about YouTube advice. A lot of people came up as like, how do you think about this? Or I'm thinking about starting a channel, but I don't think I have anything good. Oh my God, the amount of times people were just stuck at the first step of like, should I make a channel? Should I do this?
Yeah, it's hard to get that first video out. Yeah.
I think in the context of talking about YouTube and what it means to be a YouTuber, I think that your perspective on it is so overly scrutinized and overly suffocated by perfectionism that you will not be happy in the long run for a YouTuber. If you're an artist on YouTube, that's a different story. It's a passion project, you don't care if you blow up, you know. There's people that I met that say, "Oh, I don't care to blow up. I don't.
That's exactly how I see it. Yeah,
I could live without fucking, you know, being a famous YouTuber. I can live without it being my job. And I know that some of them are lying, you know. I remember like I knew somebody that was always Twitch streaming and like 24/7 on a fucking grind, and I was like, dude, maybe if you did this like this, because like he wasn't promoting it in a great way, really. I was like, why don't you do this, and you'll get a little bit more viewers. It's like, it's just a passion project, you know what I mean? And then something happened where a friend of his got like more, what is it called? More views, and he got upset a little bit, you know what I mean? And it's like, we know why you want to be successful. It's fine. Be honest with yourself, you know. Yeah. It's not a crime to wanting to be successful.
Yeah.
I think that for a YouTuber, the perspective that you have is so detrimental and so scary because it's too much. You know what I mean? Everyone at this like stage at the start, you know, if you have below 10,000 subscribers, your main goal should be passion. Your main goal should just be enjoying yourself, right?
And that's sorry, my bad.
I was just gonna say, but you shouldn't hold yourself to this level of perfectionism when you have 500,000, a million subscribers. It's going to bite you in the ass. It is unrealistic. And it reminds me of like mindsets of like, I never sell out. Selling out is one of the worst things possible kind of thing.
No, that's bullshit. You know? I think there are plenty of people who deserve to sell out and plenty of people who, you know, have earned the right to do that. Where I'm coming from is I love YouTube. I love doing YouTube. It's a lot of fun. It is an art for me. But the problem with being an artist is that a lot of artists will hate their work as well. There are some artists where the highest points in their life were making whatever piece that they were most proud of because they were passionate about it. And the way and how their art is being made and how they feel about it ends up reflecting on them as a person. You know, if an artist has art block or they can't bring themselves to pick up the pen and start drawing shit, you know, they feel horrible because of it. And so whenever I'm feeling like horrible about something with YouTube, that's typically what it is the inaction and me being almost afraid of my passion because I don't want to let myself down. But I also realize that in and of itself is a very unrealistic expectation.
It's complications, man. Yeah, when you're at this level of thinking, it's complications after complications. And at the end of the day, it's a CSGO funny moments video.
Yeah, it is. But it means more to me than that because for me, like as a kid, the only online interactions that I ever had were talking with people that I random people that I've met. What the okay. I would show that on screen for the people who wouldn't be. You know what? We'll just breeze past that.
That is not a car company.
Yeah, no. What the fuck was I saying? It for me, like, yes, it's just a CS:GO video, but also like, you know,
it doesn't necessarily have to be, but when you get to that level of thinking, you can't operate when you have a large audience thinking that way. You're going to fall into a rut.
Yeah.
Really
well, I don't care what my audience thinks. If I'm being entirely honest, I don't care what they think. I'd like them to think like me, but I don't care. What I care about is my perspective. Like that's why you have people like Rack who don't. Who like?
But your perspective is going to end up getting shaped by how it gets received. That's the thing.
I don't care. That's the thing. It's like I don't.
You say that now, but
you say that now.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
it's very important that you're on the same, you know, wavelength as your audience. You know.
Yeah, because then it starts to affect how you feel about it, like whether you like it or like. I remember even recently you were like, I think 2 or 3 videos ago you were telling me like, oh, like this video did not do good. Like you were like feeling like kind of bad about it.
Yeah, because my art
and that's just
I wasn't proud of my art. I wasn't proud of how it came out. I wasn't proud of that. And it's not because of how it performed. Cuz like I've had videos that do like shit. I could give a shit if they don't perform well. It's how I perceive them and how I view my videos in my eyes.
Well, didn't you send it out? You know, you recorded it, you edited it, and you exported it, and you. So what changed from the export to the upload? To garner the like, oh shit, I don't know how I feel about this.
I don't know, because people still want to see something, and it's very. I don't want to say it's.
What do you mean people still want to see something?
Well, people, I still have like a small,
people were
albeit,
expecting,
active fan base, a very small fan base, but still, I still have people who, are waiting for content and people who want to watch me and see stuff. So I was like, I've edited it, I've exported it, I've subtitled the whole thing. I think it's shit, but people will buy art regardless of what the artist thinks because they don't have the same mindset of the artist. It's not every single artist will burn their painting if they think it's bad.
God, you're scaring me, man. You really are. And I wanna really push forward the thought that I'm not saying half-ass it. Just because I'm not on like the full same wavelength as what Oddsy is saying, don't half-ass it. Passion is very important. Putting your all into something is very important, especially something that you care about to this extent, right? I want to make sure that that is not what I'm advocating for. Just less complications. It doesn't have to be this complicated. You know, it can be that level of art that you want it to be without that baggage.
Maybe
without
I'm
that like
complicating
overthink.
Because in my head,
it
it's
is
not
you.
that
It is you
complicated.
that you're complicating, and like I see you racking you, and it's fucking terrifying me.
It's not. Well,
But the promotion thing is different.
In my
Because
head,
he
it's
doesn't
not
like
that.
self-roll.
In my head, it's not that complicated. In my head, it's like, this is art to me, and I want to express my art in the best way that I think is there. I do think Rack has a problem with mindset at the moment. He's having he has his own stuff I won't get into. It's fucking.
We'll discuss it with him
That's his shit to talk about.
because we're getting him on the podcast too.
But I
But
don't
can you
care.
for a second? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Can you see what I mean by like the level of complications that you have right now? I'm not saying that like for you, because if it's for you, you're working right now. You got it.
Yeah.
But like I'm talking about like if anyone here that is listening to this podcast right now is a little kid, 13, 14, is like, I really want to be a YouTuber when I grow up, and they're being thrown two different mentalities here. Can you see how I'm worried about like that person taking on the mentality that you have? This is not like the level of thinking, the overthinking that needs to be occurring when you need to be consistent as a YouTuber, being a successful YouTuber. Do you understand what I mean? But like, it's too complicated.
I think if a kid goes into YouTube with the mindset of just, I want to get big, I want to make videos, or I want to make
That's
money
not what I'm
off
saying.
of playing games.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
I want to finish.
Okay.
The mindset that a kid goes into making YouTube is what makes or breaks it. Because like, I don't know, the first step is uploading that first video, and then the next video, and then they keep going, and then depending on how much they fall in love with YouTube or how much they've thought that they just tried it out, maybe it wasn't for them, I don't know. It all depends. Lost my train of thought for a second. It all depends on what they make of YouTube, because I looked at YouTube for a long time, and I was like, fuck, everything on YouTube is trash. I want to make content that I enjoy. I want to make content that I would watch, that I would enjoy. I want to put heart and soul in my content, because nobody else is doing that right now. Like, the only content that we were getting is Mr. Beast and Mr. Beast clones. You know, all my favorite YouTubers stopped uploading. You know, and the good YouTubers were yet to come.
Maybe preface it with the idea that this person, this kid, this metaphor, just wants to make good content.
Yeah.
In their eyes, whatever they perceive that to be, they just like making content and they want to make good content. Can you see the two different perspectives here?
The perspective that I see is make content that makes you happy. It shouldn't matter what I say. It shouldn't matter what you say. It should matter what they think.
No.
YouTube,
I'm not saying keep it open-ended, right? We all know that that's the end
Yeah.
goal, to just make content that you're happy with and enjoyable. But like, can you see the warning signs of the complications if, like, let's say this kid makes good content, he grows up, you know what I mean? He's doing well on YouTube, and he gets to a certain point, rolling with that ideology or rolling with my ideology. Do you understand with what I'm trying to say? Can you see how that's scary?
I think this is just going to go in circles. It's just gonna.
I don't necessarily see how it's detrimental, in my personal opinion. I see it as, like, if somebody truly believes in an art form, I think they should take advantage of it. If like, because that kid, you know, could be like, oh, I just want to do YouTube as a side job while I become a fucking NASA engineer or some shit like that, and they make all their money from NASA, because fuck YouTube, they're not giving them any money. You know, it's like, they just fucking cut ad revenue in half. Like, they're not going to
how
make
about
any
we
money
just?
off of that.
How about
What do you think, Bumpy? You've been pretty quiet. I want to know what you think.
Well, I think you guys should just agree to disagree. But I personally think that both of you have points that like are like I agree with. Like, I think that YouTube definitely, like, you can take the approach of an artist where you put all your passion and your whole personality into it. And I think that's great. And I personally like to do it like that. But you can't go into it. You can't expect, you know, to be successful, and the way I say successful is like being happy for the long term, if that's how you're doing it. So
Yeah.
I think JC is right in that aspect where that like the way you're approaching it won't garner like long-term happiness. Like sure, it'll make your content like really good, I guess, but like if you're not happy, then your content's just not going to be happy if that's how you're doing it, you know. However,
And that's
you're
all-
you're
that's all
doing,
I
your
wanted
content's
to-
going to reflect it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the context that I put it in as well. Like I'm just talking about just the normal
Yeah.
YouTuber
I
person
think
that wants to like.
we do need to
upload
probably move
videos.
on from this a little bit though, because it's
We've
been
been
going on
talking
for a
about
little bit.
We've been talking about this for a while. Yeah.
I had 2 questions I said earlier,
Yeah.
and one of them's not related. We could end on this one.
Well, I have another question.
I was
as
just
well.
gonna.
Actually,
okay,
no, never mind. We already
I can
answered
end
that
on that
question a little bit.
All right. I think you guys already did on the Homie Talk like a full episode about this, but I
Okay.
think I remember there was one you said it's a paranormal like ghost story or whatever. There's one you said that you were like too scared to say. But I mean, if you're willing, it's only like 7 p.m. right now, and it's not, you know, if you
Oh,
are willing to
dude.
talk, I
I'm gonna
want
be
to hear
honest with
that
you.
ghost story.
I'll be honest with you. I don't remember.
He,
I don't
he
remember.
made it up. He was trying to scare the audience. Like, I have a story
I
that's
don't think-
really scary, but I think it'll scare you guys too much. I'm just not going to tell it.
I think it's too scary, guys. If we hit 10,000 likes on this, I'll tell you in the next episode. No, I actually.
well, do you have any paranormal stories that you haven't mentioned on the internet yet?
Yeah.
Because I love paranormal stories on podcasts or like ghost stories.
Well, I cover my door in holy water every night before bed,
Yeah.
and I, clasp my hands in like a praying position when I go to sleep, so the demons can stay away from me. I'm not really into paranormal stuff, and by into I mean like I don't, gravitate towards that. I'm not like a magnet to ghosts and demons because I'm a pretty chill guy. I think I do my dues here on this wonderful planet we have here. I'm not a
Yeah.
dick, so the ghosts don't like have a vengeful. I feel like karma's a thing. If you see a lot of ghosts, then you're probably a dick.
Yeah.
The
well,
only
I
thing
actually.
I'm a dick is addicted to you.
Oh, that needs to be a Valentine's card.
Yo, what the fuck?
Mark that I could burn.
The only
What
dick
fucked
between
your
us
ass?
is my
Addicted.
addiction to you. Yeah.
Ghosts are scary though. I don't like talking about ghosts too much because then I'll start shivering and it's like
I do.
So
I
no-
think,
no-
I think ghost girls are
no
hot.
paranormal stories
ghost
on
girls
deck?
are hot.
you think ghost girls are hot?
Yeah, because it's like I can see them, but I can't touch them. It's like the ultimate edge and denial. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Dude, you know the bitch from Gumball, the ghost bitch?
it was like Darwin.
I thought you were talking about Gumball's mom.
Yeah.
Oh.
No. Okay.
Stop. Stop. Buffy.
Oh.
God.
Oh,
You know that one
sound like you got a
viral
mouthful of
video
meatballs.
where it's
What
just
the
like Gumball's mom, like they edited her breasts to be bigger. Do you know
Yeah,
what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
Oh, I
Always makes the
love that
runs.
video.
It's like Gumball clips out of context or some shit
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
So, no paranormal stories on deck?
Probably not, man. I don't. To be honest with
Yeah.
you, I don't really remember that. That was fucking like 4 years ago. That too scary story. I have like okay, so I don't know if anybody else has this, but when I go through like something quote unquote traumatic, so like I drop like my sandwich on the floor when I'm really excited to eat it.
Yes.
I have like this box in my head that is like JC's don't go in here box, don't open this box. It's kind of like Finn's note box. If you guys seen Adventure Time, he has
Yeah.
like this safe in his head that he just puts all the bad memories and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I got. So if like I have to go through something that's awful that I have no lesson to have with it, right? It's just fucking sucked all around. There's no lesson to be learned. There's nothing positive to come out of the experience. I just put it in the box. So I probably just put it in the box. The
You should
scary
probably
story
see a
that I cannot
therapist
speak.
for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Get that
Yeah.
therapist to unlock that hoe.
Fuck
Yeah.
that, dude. I'd be twitching on the ground, foaming.
It's kind of hot.
I did actually. Are we? I want to make sure that we're okay to move on from the paranormal question because I don't want to cut anybody off.
Well, something paranormal. Did I explain this on the podcast? The recent paranormal thing that happened to me.
Was it the one where you like encountered skinwalkers in the road and you had to like drive
What?
over
No.
them or some shit?
That wasn't a whole episode. No, that was a whole episode.
Okay.
Like that was
Yeah,
episode
yeah.
6.
Yeah.
No, about like the TV.
The TV. No.
I don't think I told that on the pod. I told you.
Elaborate.
Okay. Well, I've been hanging out with this girl, and she she has a few. She has dead people around. Like her father has passed away 10 years ago, and she has had a friend that has also passed away. So and it was pretty recent. Anyways, we were just hanging out and watching TV, and she started just like randomly crying at one point, and she was telling me the anniversary of like one of the like her dead friend is coming up, and I was like, oh man, I'm like really sorry. Or it was the birthday of that person, and I was just telling her it's okay, and we were just sitting in the dark, and there was just the TV. And, I was just like, comforting her, reassuring her, telling her like it's going to be okay. Like I'll be there to support and stuff. And as we were just like talking about this, I hear like a knock on the table. There's a coffee table. So we're sitting on a couch and there's a coffee table right in front of us. And I hear a knock. And usually that's my dog like getting up and like, walking. So I look down to check if my dog's there, and he's not. And I hear my dog's like footsteps or like his paw, like his nails hitting the ground, like across the house. And I was like, that's weird. But it's a wooden table, and wood just randomly makes noises. So I just assumed it was just like a wood sound, and didn't think much of it. And while she was like crying or whatever, I was trying to like make her like like have a little like mid cry laugh, because those are the best,
Yeah.
And
I fucking love mid-cry laughs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I was like,
someone tickles me while I'm crying.
This joke may have been too far, but she was okay with it. Thank God. I was like, do you think that's him? That's what I said to her.
Oh my god.
So, I don't know if that goes to the audio, but I think
says the drums were him.
Someone just played like the snare, the bottom in the Discord.
I'll put it in. I'll put it in post.
I was like, do you think that was him? She just started laughing, and then I was like, if you're here, give us a sign. And I shit you not, as soon as I say that, the TV goes black and the room is just pitch dark. Like the TV just turns off. Like it doesn't even go into like the low power.
I would have pushed her off the table or the couch and sprinted out the front door. And like the best part about that is like I didn't have to push her, but like that was just a visceral reaction.
I would have thrown her at the TV and just started running, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck?
You would have thrown her at the TV and hauled ass. That's fucking terrifying, homie.
Yeah, it turns off.
I would have browned my jorts then and there.
Jorts?
Do you regularly wear shorts? What the fuck?
Yeah, it turns off.
Dude, I feel like JC could totally pull off like the 40-year-old mom aesthetic, like the cardigan with the jorts and the low top.
I can't wear
Vans.
jorts anymore because my nutsack kind of peeks through. How do you put on the left side?
Just the one nut. Do you have testicular cancer? What the fuck?
Nah, just
No.
What's up? How we doing?
You could just get longer jorts. I think you don't need to get them so short.
I like that tight up, up there kind of jorts.
You got Cheetos, bro.
You guys think the half nut babies have smaller nut sacks?
Dog, I don't really know about these half nut babies you keep talking about. I think that they're just normal babies they got powerful swimmers, the dads.
Yeah.
Yeah, well anyways, so the TV turns off and I'm like, what the fuck? And then it turns back on. And as it turns back on, I look like we're both doing the YouTuber thumbnail face at each other. Like, what the fuck just happened?
The TV turns off, you just punch her square in the jaw. Just out of sheer terror.
Who was that? That wasn't me. No, but
damn.
Yeah,
I would have immediately jumped into a tickle fight with her.
It'd have been really funny if like the TV turned back on and your dog was just on the ceiling, like just in the chandelier or some shit.
My dog was just humping the TV, like just hanging off the
edge. You look to the right, the dog is humping the remote.
That's what turns it on the whole time.
He's just, the dog was.
Was that him? The dog's about to bust.
Anyways, that was the recent. That happened like a couple weeks ago.
Is she your girlfriend?
No.
Fumbled the bag.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're talking, but yeah.
You guys are
my man got no game.
Wink, wink.
By the way, I will delete Audacity right now if anyone says Riz in this fucking podcast. I will kill you myself. All right?
JC,
no, don't say it. Hold it back.
You have a girlfriend, right?
I do. Yep, 4 years.
She's 4 years. Damn. What the fuck?
She's not 4 years old. She is 4 years with me.
Yo, How'd you resurrect?
This is a spike
I hate you.
operation.
Audacity.
I
said
got
goodbye
that.
to this
I got
podcast. He
the
said
FBI on
Riz.
speed dial. I got the FBI on speed dial.
Dog, we've been talking for an hour and 20
Yeah.
minutes.
Dude,
Yeah.
one time
It's been a long month.
in
Are we ready to wrap this shit up?
well, really quick.
I'm ready to go
once-
for the entire night.
Yeah, one time
Oh, for real?
in senior year of high school, I brought my DS to school, and I took a picture of a script that I had to read for like my drama class on the DS, and I started reading off of the DS because I forgot my phone at home, and so I was just using that. And I shit you not, I went up on stage and I was like, yeah, I forgot my phone and my script at home, so allow me to pull out my Nintendo 3DS, and then I just whipped it out and started reading off of it. That was my best moment in high school, I want to say. Yeah. But to actually wrap this up, I want to ask you one more question, and the both of you actually, I want to ask you guys one more question, is what is the piece of media that has influenced you the most? Like, what's something that you watched or played or just experienced, like maybe it was a show, maybe it was a game, maybe it was a movie, that changed the way you look at life, or maybe like had a maybe rearranged your life path, like did something, like what was the thing that was like most impactful in that regard?
I have two actually.
JC, you go first as our guest.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to let Bumpy
Okay.
go first just so I can ruminate on that a little bit, because he has already two.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think I already mentioned one, which was Interstellar. That definitely really, did something for me. But
How did it impact
I think
you?
another one, it just made me like look at the world in such a top-down view, like, damn, like this little shit like just doesn't matter at all kind of thing. Like,
yeah.
it made me like not want to be, it made me want to like be like get mad about things like less. I don't know how to explain it, but like I just started realizing like people get like so worked up about like the littlest shit that like it doesn't even really matter in the grand scheme of things.
Mm-hmm.
So it gave me the pale blue dot kind of effect. If you guys know what that is, the picture with that Carl Sagan, I think, would like make the quote or something about. But yeah, pale blue dot, look it up. It's just like, if you look it up, it's a picture of Earth from Voyager 1.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
There's a tiny little dot, and that's Earth, and it's going through this tiny little sun ray, and that's all we've ever known. It's just that tiny dot. So definitely that. And another one is a song by Pink Floyd called Echoes, which is my favorite song of all time. And it encapsulates, it does the same thing that Interstellar kind of did for me as well, where it kind of just like explains that like humanity is all one sort of force, one sort of energy, and there's no point in like competing with each other or trying to like one up each other, because we're all just one species just kind of barreling forward in time, and there's no point in trying to one up each other and like start wars and stuff. And that really spoke to me a lot as well. Yeah.
That's a good answer. Mine's going to sound so fucking stupid compared to that.
Okay. I'll keep an open mind.
Mine is Adventure Time. I think that my best way to describe my kind of humor, or describe like what I offer, I had a conversation with my parents recently, because I'm 22, I'm growing older. It's been a couple years that
Good life.
I've had a bit of a
Live the
rough
full life,
I've had a rough couple 2 years or something in a bit of a rut, so I want to like have a direction. And I thought to myself, what do I offer? Who am I? You know what I mean? And what have I offered on YouTube, and what have I offered in my other pursuits in life? And I think the best way to describe myself is like, I could be really silly, but I think that I have like this level of coziness as well to myself that eases people. And I like easing people. I like making them feel comfortable. I like making them feel happy. And I think that if that comes with jokes, it's even better. And I think that's something that I really enjoy growing up, and I still do, that elicits both those feelings, is Adventure Time. I think that is like the best way to describe like how I feel and how I feel I can offer people. Like that is who I want to be and encompass. That show was like, the humor was great. The oh my god, the aesthetic was amazing. The music was so experimental and so fucking, oh my god, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
good.
you get what I mean.
Yeah.
It's such a good show. And I think that I think that definitely influenced me. I had to think about it a little bit because that is a question and a half.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that that's the biggest piece of media that probably shaped me into what I am today.
Yeah.
What about you,
Insane.
Ozzy?
For me, it came as a surprise to me recently, and it's kind of why I asked the question, which I realized that while I was building that Minecraft map, Maze Runner. It was the movie that made me realize that I wanted to create something that I wanted to create. Because that movie is, like, in my opinion, like, top tier in set design. Like, I don't know what it is with, like, the maze and the glade and the design of it all, but they were able to recreate the atmosphere and the feeling of everything so vividly. Like, the scale that they had replicated everything on, like making these individual characters feel so small compared to this giant maze with, you know, these big fucking mechanical bugs inside of it. I don't know, like, it was just, it made me realize that I wanted to create something, that I wanted to take ideas and bring them to life on a screen, you know, whether that be through, like, I don't know, like, I just wanted to create something, and I wanted to make a big spectacle like that. I want to make something that people look at in awe, I guess. You know, very influential movie for me. I feel
That is
like.
beautiful.
Same with Interstellar. Interstellar is another one of those.
Yeah, and dude, the fucking Interstellar's like special effects and set design, everything with that was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Just the music alone.
Yeah,
Hans Zimmer.
I love the music. Mountains, No Time for Caution. Fuck, dude.
Cornfield Chase, just
Cornfield Chase
starting it all
fucks me so hard, dude. Cornfield Chase.
Yo, what the fuck does it do?
Cornfield
What do you do with
Chase
corn?
has me.
Wait, what do you do with
getting
corn,
finger
bro?
blasted right next to me in the theater. What the hell?
Cornfield Chase makes me nut, dude. Like, you ever
What do
see
you do
a
with
Dreamy
corn,
Bull?
bro? Hell no.
You ever see Dreamy Bull?
Country girls make do, homie.
With that being said, I do believe that is going to wrap it up for this episode of the Something to Do podcast, unless one of you guys had another word.
Bye.
Popcorn. That's my word.
That's my word.
Okay. Popcorn.
Oh, can I end it on a different word?
Yeah.
Figgle bottom.
Dude, I was staring at that GIF.
Yeah, I've been staring at it this entire time.
It's been so distracting, but I can't stop.
Yeah.
While you guys were having your serious YouTube talk, I almost fucking
I
died laughing.
I was looking at him.
You're literally just figgle bottom.
Yeah, I was like, because I was just silent the whole time, and you guys were just talking. And I was just literally doing Figgle Bottom's face, like looking around, like, what are these guys talking about?
Yeah, sorry to any of the divorced viewers, like thinking that their mom and dad was having a domestic there for a second.
Yeah, sorry about that. Me and JC
got a little heated.
Yeah, got a little sexually tensiled. You know,
Got a little frustrated.
I like how you say
Jamie,
frustrated.
can we kick this guy
you
out?
You don't pronounce the R. You just say frustrated. I kind of like that.
I'm
Frustrated.
retarded. What can I say?
Retarded. Okay, yeah. But I do believe Bumpy is the one leading us out.
We got we got clap, don't we?
Oh, we'll do that.
We also gotta do that.
We'll do that after the outro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was talking about our cheeks getting clapped.
Actually, honestly, it
I
might
will
be
not be
easier.
using my hands for this clap.
Okay. I just realized it might be easier to do the clap sync after the outro from now on, because like we don't have to like line it up in the beginning. We can just go straight to the end and just line it up at the end, because it's like we kind of all end at the same time. So
okay, so we kind of know what answer you would provide if given like the question, would you rather go to the past or the future? I get what you mean.
I suppose, yeah.
You wanna go straight to the end.
Actually, that is kind of okay. If you did a podcast and you had to do the clap sync, would you do it at the beginning or the end? That told me whether you want
I don't
to
know.
go
As long
fast
as
or
I got
future.
some turbulence in there, my man. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Up top.
All right.
Everybody? Up top.
Are you using your hand or?
All right, are we doing it right now?
in the air?
No.
Are we
We're
doing
gonna
it
do
right
it
now?
after. No, we're gonna do it after.
Doing it after.
I
Yeah.
lead
All right,
us
Bumpy,
out.
lead us out.
If I clap
Thank
right
you.
now, will it confuse you guys?
No. That had some
I'm
reverb
confused.
to it. What the fuck?
I got confused.
Yeah.
All right.
Fucking lives in a jail
Bumpy.
cell. All right, Bumpy.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to this episode of the STD podcast. This has been our 10th episode with JCtheCaster. Hope you enjoyed. If you like the art that you see, go down in our description and go show the artist some love. Great artist, very talented. And all of our links are in the description, so if you like one of us or all of us, go check us out. Thanks for listening. See you later.